in this fight against hate, you have got to be optimistic, you have got to be positive, and you've got to be vigilant. Yeah. So we're going to take him at his word and hold him accountable.
The Anti-Defamation League is just one group concerned about content moderation on Twitter after Elon Musk's takeover. The Wall Street Journal reports General Mills, Audi, and Pfizer are the latest companies to temporarily pause advertising on the site. Meanwhile, according to an email obtained by NBC News, Twitter said it would begin big layoffs on Friday at a time when one would think they need more help. With us for more, Color of Change president, my friend Rashad Robinson. He was one of several civil rights leaders who met with Elon Musk this week. First, welcome. I want to know what happened in this meeting. And are you taking him for real, given everything that you know about him in the past? Yes, he showed up and hosted this meeting, but is he saving face or does he mean it?
Well, actions speak louder than words. And over again, we've dealt with these social media platforms. These leaders of these platforms have no accountability, no consequence. The incentive structures are growth and profit over safety, integrity, and security. And so absolutely not. I don't take him at his word. I take him at his action. And unfortunately, when we left that meeting, he did make 3 commitments that he tweeted out, that we didn't talk about, that he tweeted out, and we responded to the next day. And we're now watching some of those things start to fall apart, right? There's no way that you can keep election integrity in place if you are cutting the capacity that actually does the monitoring. There's no way that you can actually not make changes that are going to impact the election if some of the things that we're hearing are true about allowing for people to have verification without actually verifying their identity the day before the election. And so we have to recognize, and I think it's so important that we've kept the heat and the pressure on advertisers. And brands have to make a choice. Do they want their legacy? Do they want their companies next to this? And Twitter is different than Facebook, Stephanie. When we were doing the boycott against Facebook, many of these companies really talked about the sort of challenge with leaving Facebook because of its singularity in terms of the impact, the return on investment they get as advertisers from advertising on Facebook. They don't get that from Twitter.
Okay, but hold on. For years, you and I have been talking about these social media platforms. They're largely unregulated. They're these huge public squares, but there's no control of what they put out there. Go across the street. Fox News is across the street. Right now, at this time, millions of people are tuning in. Yeah. And they're watching a misinformation cannon every night, whether it's thinly veiled hate speech or it's replacement theory, fear-mongering, night after night. What does that do to a culture, to a country?
Well, it rips us apart. When we don't have information that we can rely on, when disinformation is rampant, when the profit and incentive structure behind it allows it to be amplified at all costs, this is not about freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not the same as amplification. It's not the same as reach. And we have a deep challenge where people are being paid to yell fire in the public square and not being held accountable for it. And, you know, one of the things I worked on over the past year was co-chairing this commission with the Aspen Institute, with people from the right, people from the center, people from the left, co-chairing this Institute on Information Disorder.
Okay, but when you say people from the right that are
absolutely, yes,
like real people from the right, people that are part of Fox News that are pushing this, or people that are from the former right?
People, I guess, that are from the former
right. Okay, then that's not the right.
Yes, yeah. Well, here's the thing.
But that's what makes these commissions, and I'm not insulting your commission, baloney, because that's not the real organization that's pushing this garbage. That's the George Bush Republicans that are watching this at home, hiding.
Yeah, well, we actually need more of them to speak up. We actually need to have if these are majoritarian values in this country, then we need to unleash and unlock the majority. And far too many people are standing on the sidelines, willing to play hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil to exactly what they're seeing. And this is why holding advertisers accountable is so incredibly important. This is why the push to call those folks out that sometimes stay silent because they don't want the attacks. This is why it's going to be incredibly important. If you care about our democracy, if you care about making our voices heard, then this is the time.
Here's who's on the sidelines tonight. Kyrie Irving, now suspended for 5 games. That's going to cost him about $3 million from the New York Nets after he refused to unequivocally say he does not have anti-Semitic beliefs. That's after he posted a link to a movie that was anti-Semitic. Why is this happening? We're not saying to our cultural influencers, shut up and dribble. We want them to influence, right? Harry Styles helped get people to vote. Think of all the celebrities that help get people vaccinated. Why is this happening? Why are these athletes, artists doing this? It's costing them money, reputation, brand.
And it's wrong.
And it's wrong. It's hate speech.
Beyond whether it's costing people money, the idea that we have a culture where people are continuing to profit off of, and now we have platforms and more tools and more technology that allows people to amplify, to have information moving into their inboxes or into their social platforms that lead us down these roads, and that people are not willing to step back and listen and learn. The technology that has so much potential to bring us into the future is dragging us into the past right now. And it's not by accident. It is being manufactured. And I think that until we go deeply upstream, both on the public policy side with real accountability on these platforms, until we do the work of ensuring enablers no longer are able to do what they're doing by staying silent and profiting off of the information that's flowing, this will continue to get more and more challenging for all of us. And this election is just the lead up to 24. In 2024, we will have more world democracies voting than ever before, from India to the UK to the EU to the United States to Mexico, all having national elections at the same time. And right now, we are supposed to rely on Facebook, Twitter, and Google to be able to monitor on their platforms when they have no incentive, no consequence, no accountability to actually manage. They can't even do it well in English, let alone all the other languages that will be participating in the election. People need to speak up, and we need more engagement. We will lose. We will always lose in the back rooms if people are not lined up at the front door.
Rashad Robinson, to all of those companies, to all those leaders, wait till you live somewhere with an authoritarian regime. You won't be controlling anything.